Hello everybody, my name is VSDA100 and welcome to another vlog. Today we're talking movies, which is a rarity. Well, I haven't done it before, but this week a bunch of movie stuff has come out in the past 1 or 2 weeks, so I thought I'd have my say on it. Today, or yesterday rather, some sad news. So Christopher Lee passed away, aged 93, which, if you don't know him off the top of your head, he was the actor that played Saruman. His career spanned 60 years, in films, which is absolutely incredible. He played a Bond villain in The Man with a Golden Gun back in the day, as it were. But yeah, age 93, he passed away, which, one of the best actors, I mean, you wouldn't have thought he was nowhere near that age in, Lord of the Rings and still acting. So it just goes to show you, that you never really lose it. In other movie news, X-Men Apocalypse. Again, I personally wasn't a big fan of the X-Men. I did love Wolverine movies, but I didn't care for X-Men itself. But that was just me. Hey, but the director has Instagrammed a picture of Quicksilver, whoever that is. So he will be returning to X-Men Apocalypse. Terminator Genesis has been floated around for the longest time. I like the franchise. I felt that, the last movie was the best one out of the reboot. Well, we'll say reboot when they, tried to bring it back. I think the last one, Salvation, was very decent. I mean, Christian Bale, I think, is a great actor anyway. I know you get a lot of haters, or people are like, nah, it wasn't very good. But I just personally enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. Am I happy to see it coming back? I personally would have liked to have seen Christian Bale, kick on with that, be in the movies all the time, but whatever. I don't know. I don't believe that's going to happen. But anyway, Terminator Genesis, they've put out a new poster with a crumbling face of a Terminator with a slogan of "Reset Your Future." So I can only assume that people are going to go back in time and do whatever. And I believe Sarah O'Connor's in it, or the mother. I don't know if it's the original actress who played it. I don't know. I only suspect that. I don't know that for sure. That Angry Birds has also been announced from May 2016. I never played the game Angry Birds. I know it's very popular. I know people love it. It's a mobile game. This is an animated film, by the way, with lots of actors playing the voices, I believe, stars and what have you. I personally just don't care for it. But again, I know a lot of people love it. So, hey, they're going to milk the fuck out of anything and everything they can these days. It's the way that, the industry works. Assassin's Creed, there's been a new poster been uploaded online of a big eagle landing on something. I mean, that looked pretty cool in itself. It's not called anything really adventurous to a point. It's just called the Assassin's Creed movie. Really? How uninspiring. But whatever, we'll take a look at it. I just hope that they do a good job of it. I mean, normally video games to movies don't make a good jump, or often enough they get slammed or not taken that seriously. For example, Doom. A lot of people hated Doom. I didn't think it was a very good movie. I liked Doom. I thought it was a good movie. I just wish, with The Rock against starring Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock, as you might know him as. I thought it was a good movie. I, bought it on Blu-ray. But again, people didn't like it and canned it. Again, Resident Evil, the same. A lot of people liked it, but they dumbed it down. It was a 15, they took characters out. The story's a bit mishmash between the games, and a lot of fanboys hate on it and just wish the series would die. Speaking of which, they are making the last movie coming out. I don't know when, but they are in the process of making the movie, but it will be the last of that particular franchise on that, actually. Power Rangers is getting now. It's funny because Power Rangers, the movie, or with Mr. Who's it? Ooze? Ivan Ooze or something or other. That's on Netflix. I watched that 2 weeks ago. That just for a laugh, and it was alright. But it's like one of those classic kiddie films, kind of thing. The new one is January 2017 is due to come out. The director says that it's going to be playful, a fun movie with a bit of depth in it, as it were, or whatever. I personally couldn't care less about this movie. I really you know, I mean, out of all the franchises to kind of reboot and everything else, I just couldn't care less. I mean, it's one of the last ones I would have thought of doing. I mean, you know, if you told me, hey, you're never going to watch Power Rangers or see a Power Rangers movie again or episode, I clearly, or, you know, would be like, who gives a fuck? Like, really? Do I give a shit? But again, you know, it's about money, isn't it? And Hollywood are running out of ideas, so they're trying to rehash and, you know, bring back anything and everything to make money. That's the way the industry works, as I said. Again, okay, so this week, a film I'm very excited for, been released today actually, Jurassic Park World, or Jurassic World, as it were. Now, it's interesting because the Steven Spielberg made the first two movies, which, again, the first one was absolutely fantastic. You know, back in the day, back in 1991, I remember seeing it as a kid, and I was impressed with it then. And, you know, even when I watch it today, it is still fantastic. It is absolutely one of the absolute best movies, and still stands the test of time. It's just one of those movies. And you could call me a bit of a fanboy of it, but at the same time, you cannot deny that it is one. Well, there's not many dinosaur movies out, but it's got still stands alone, like up there with the best of them. So the second movie he made as well. Again, I particularly enjoyed that movie. The third one he did not make. A lot of people didn't like the third movie. I didn't think it was that great, but it was okay. You know, I mean, it had Jurassic Park on it, so you know you're gonna go see it, aren't you? It's funny because the third movie. Speaking of which, considering the fact that it wasn't done by Steven Spielberg because of the name itself, and you know whatever, it made $181 million in the box office, USA only, I believe. I think that's USA. Yeah, in the USA. Worldwide, I'm not too sure how much it made. It's interesting because this one here, Steven Spielberg does return, but only as a executive producer on the movie, not directing it, which is odd. But whatever, you know, Steven Spielberg is involved. Hey, that's good enough for me, having his input somewhere along the line. I will warn you of the trailers, because I've seen the trailers, or one or two, you know, because again, I don't go thinking about a lot of movies. A lot of movies that come out every year, a lot of them are shit to me. I'm rarely interested, because they just haven't got nothing, you know, what, Lord of the Rings, maybe the last one, Jurassic Park, and shit, see, I can't even think of any other movies that are really hyped. Alright, there's Star Wars and all that kind of stuff coming out, but there's nothing really major there on average that I go and think, well, I got to go and see this movie. That's just the way it is. I'll watch it a year later, I'll watch it on television, I'll watch it on Netflix. It doesn't bother me, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this is one of the movies. So I was watching the trailer, and it gave me the whole fucking premise of the movie, and I was like, now, trailers either do two things. They show you the best bits, and it's like, oh, I'll go see this movie. And you're like, yeah, this is brilliant. I remember doing this when at the ages of 13 and 16. I wanted to see a good movie. The trailer came out. I'd be watching it, be like, oh, this has also got action. It's got this, it's got that. I would go buy it, or whatever. I mean, rather than rent it, I just preferred, you know, doing that before the digital age, rather when Blockbusters was still around, by the way. This was, but so telling you how, you know, ages ago that was like, what? Ooh, I'm talking 14, 15, 19, about 8-9 years ago, nearly a decade ago. You know, I would be buying these movies, and back then I didn't have online, so I couldn't see reviews and everything, so I bought them, and they would be total fucking shit. Again, falling into the trap of showing me the good parts, and I would fall into this. Anyway, I stopped all that shit, and now trailers seem to do. Now that's one bad habit. They show you the best bits, and then you expect to go buy it, go see it, you know. And then the new thing is showing you a lot of the movie, a shitload of it, and it's like, I watched the trailer, and I saw the whole fucking premise to the movie. I don't really want to spoil it for anyone else, but if you've seen the trailer and you watched, you know, if you're really like gearing up for this movie, you do not want to watch the trailers, because the trailers will just like can it for you. You'll be like, you'll know everything nearly about the movie, or put two and two together, and you'll be like, well, that's kind of fucking killed the movie for me. What's the point in seeing it? Oh, man. But, you know, so, I'm not going to say anything really about it, to be honest with you. I don't really want to do that. But it's one of the movies I would recommend seeing. Again, I'm a fanboy. Having said that, I did pick up this, Jurassic Park 1 on 3D. and Blu-ray. You get two versions on Amazon, but be warned, because if you buy the box set, actually it says it's 3D, all three of them are 3D. It's not. Only the first one is in 3D as the time of this video. So, you know, you're going to get one 3D movie, the original, and two others which are Blu-ray. So don't fall into that trap. I'm a big fan of the series, so I didn't mind paying. I paid what, 10, 12, 15 pound for this. It didn't matter. I haven't watched it in 3D. I saw it on Blu-ray. It's still, again, it stands the test of time. And I have got a 3D television. It's downstairs. I haven't set it up and everything. I've had it a while, to be honest with you, but I'm content with just waiting until my old one busts, and then I'll break that one out. And I for one, cannot wait to see a big fucking, you know, T-Rex coming through my screen. That's going to be fucking amazing. And I will be buying all of them. You know, they're going to come out in a box set eventually when this new one gets released on Blu-ray and 3D, which I'm going to buy. Well, that's about it for this video. But one more thing. I will recommendation for this week. On Netflix specifically. Movie recommendation for me, Vacancy. It's quite a good movie. It's like a bit of a supposedly horror, you know, movie or whatever. You know, you think it's ghosts, you think it's people attacking, you know, whatever. But it ain't bad. But I will say about it's kind of oldish now, Kate Beckinsale in. But I will say this much. For a longest time, unless it's an anime, but specifically a movie, I have never wanted two main characters in the first 5 to 10 minutes of a movie to fucking die before. I've never wanted that before. I don't remember recalling, these fucking people, you know, the two main characters, fucking, I hope you get killed. They piss me the fuck off. But it is actually a good movie, and I do recommend seeing it. Like I said, Netflix, it's on there, you know. If you're into anime and everything else, I know that various people have, you know, Crunchyroll subscription and all the rest of that, and, you know, hell, you watch it for free online yourself, you know, NarutoY.com being one of those places. But I personally watched it on Netflix, Blue Exorcist, which I liked. Well, it's pretty good. I'm about to finish it off today or tomorrow, perhaps. I think, possibly tomorrow. Or maybe I'll marathon it. You know, I've only got 4 or 5 episodes to go. It's only 26 episodes long. It is dubbed. You can watch it in subbed if you prefer. I'm a dubbed person. It's on Netflix. So, I mean, this may sound obvious to everyone, but if you have got Netflix, and it is subbed and you don't want to watch it or whatever, check the subtitles, turn them off, and check the language. You might be able to change it to English. Now, specifically with Blue Exorcist, I know it's in English available and dubbed, so, you know, that's why I've been watching it. So those are my 2 recommendations, you know, of what to watch. Well, to give you a little background, Blue Exorcist is about a guy who turns out to be the son of the devil, and he enrolls in the school, and he has to keep his power a secret, and he wants to become an exorcist like his father who took him in, or what have you, you know. But yeah, it isn't bad. I'm not into God and religion or that kind of stuff, anything like that. Normally, I just think, oh God, I'm not watching that. But it actually is not that bad. Like I said, I would say watch it rather than buy it and make your decision that way, you know. But yeah, so that's I think that's about it for this vlog. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video, and you know, check out my other content if you want to. I am hoping to have some kind of card capture where I can implement gameplay, you know, about the latest games, or to a point, you know, what I play, what I go through, you know. Follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below at VSDA100. Oh yeah, question of the day. And I always like doing these. Please write in the comment. What are you going to be watching this weekend? Are you going to be finishing off an anime? Are you going to be watching a new movie this weekend with family and friends? You know, to break out of a stressful week of working or what have you. You know, but even if you're not going to watch a movie, what games will you be playing as well? Put that in there if you ain't watching a movie specifically this week. Also, I mean, personally, I will be. Remember, next week is E3, so we've got that to look forward to. This weekend, I probably finish off Blue Exorcist But personally, I mean, I'll probably be playing a game, and I'm going to be, in my world, I'll be, taking a girl across the barren wastelands, full of infected to find, a bunch of people called the Fireflies, to find a cure. I will also be playing in some of the absolute best stadiums in the world, football stadiums in the Bernabeu, the Camp Nou, the San Siro, Stamford Bridge, and all these great places. But hey, that's the beauty of being a gamer. But hey, that's just my weekend. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye.